Hello, it's Nick here from hammondforhire.com, the little blog and vlog that I'm doing weekly. This week it's going to be a two-parter. It's going to be a bit intense and a little bit dull in places and a little bit low energy. But essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to service a rudimentary service of this Leslie 145 here. We're going to do a few things. We're going to do all the greasing and all the bits and bobs that we need to do. We're also going to change the O-rings on there. We're going to change the belts, change the upper idler assembly, and also the bearings at the bottom and right down here as well. So it's going to get a bit hairy in parts, it's going to get a bit dull in parts, but hopefully you'll find it interesting. Hopefully it'll be a record at least of how to do it if you want to do it. It's not the full service. There's other bits that need to be done on the full service, I think, which I'll get to maybe later on a third part. I also quite interested in changing the compression driver there for maybe a 60 watt Atlas driver, but they do say there's nothing as good as stock, you know. So if I can get this all singing and all dancing over the next couple of days, then I'll be pretty happy with it. So let's see how we get on, and enjoy as best you can. It's going to get technical. They're as technical as I can do anyway, and I'm going to get my fingers all grubby and stuff like that, and we'll see what's inside here. So look forward to that, and I'll see you on the other side. Thank you guys, bye. Now then, let's replace this fella here. That bearing's getting a bit old and tired, and I bought the entire assembly from Track 2. Excellent product. We've got to get that spring a bit refreshed as well. So what we're going to do, and I can't do it with one hand unfortunately, is we're going to take that bit off, and I'll come back to you when I've popped on the Track 2 product, and we'll spin it up and see how it sounds. See you in a moment. So we're back with one hand. I've taken the cover off here, make sure that nut is captive underneath, which it is. That one. Take the wing nut off here, loosen this one so that I can apply a little bit of lift there. See how that's going to lift up there? So I'm going to pull this off, and if you look at the replacement, it's got to go, it's got to go that way to come off. Now what I did is I lifted that motor up a bit and just hooked that underneath like that. And now I'm going to squeeze it onto there. I'll need two hands for that. Push it down and it'll be on. Things returned. What I actually did was just give that a bit of a lift to reduce the angle there a bit to drop that on. Okay, so old one with the middle that's collapsed out of it. That'll become my spare with my noisy bearing. New one in place. Might as well change the belt while we're at it, eh? And there it is in action. Track 2 idler assembly. Nice and quiet. Got a bit of a squeak down here. Yeah. No deal with that. Next. New belt applied. Nice and easy, to be honest. Take the old one off, feed the other one through. Back onto the second notch there. New tensioner. Quiet, look at that. Good work. 10-minute job. So what next? Well, we need to replace these O-rings here, and the base one here, and we need to replace under there, which I can't show you, the belt, and then under here the top bearing for the bottom rotor, and then right under the bottom, over down here, the bottom bearing for the rotor. Next thing to do then, take that out, expose the bearing and the belt, replace that, put it all back together, make sure it works, flip the whole unit upside down, and then enter from the bottom to replace the bottom bearing. Okay, so do what I do, take a photograph of everything, even though that's a smaller pole, that's a bigger pole, so you can't get that wrong. Undo all of the screws. It's heavy and it's awkward, gently lift it out and put it somewhere safe. Get your safe place defined first and then drop it on. You don't want to put a hole through this. Safe place is sat on top of the 145. So what is exposed. Okay, that doesn't look in too bad condition, but I'm going to change it anyway whilst I'm here. That looks newer than original. And there, in there is your top bearing. Pull that screws apart, take that out, replace the bearing, we'll do that. I appreciate this video is hampered by not having 3 hands, but what I've just done is just lifted out that crossbar with the bearing. And there it is. Right. That thing in the middle there. Not too bad, but not too good. So I'm going to have that one out. Yeah, you can hear it start to click a little bit. That's going to come out and I'm going to replace it. I thought you might appreciate a quick side shot of that so you can see what you're doing, because there's extra screws there which act as spacers. Can you see that? To keep the tension right. Okay. On the back. Grommets. Interesting piece of kit really, isn't it? Right, and over here, my bag of bits. I haven't prepared it yet, but that fella can go in there. Alright. It's been stuck on for a long time. I'm doing it with one hand. I hope you find this helpful. Found it. Okay, so make a note of the order of everything like that, so you know what you're doing. I'm not going to do the whole of this with one hand, it's going to be ridiculous, but there, look at that fella over there in your spares box. Put a new one in, which is in the bag. If I was clever I would have done that already. Tighten it back up again, bearing done. There it is with the new one in. And I'm going to offer it up blind because I've got one hand on an iPhone. So there we are, that's in place now. And we're nice and quiet. We're doing this ever so slightly out of order because we know in the back of our minds we've got to get these motors out and we've got to take them apart to get that O-ring replaced. And we know they're going to be a pain. A bit easier on the 122, a bit more space here. A little bit harder to get that through. That motor's got to come up through there. That motor's probably a bit easier. I'll start with that one because I'm a bit tired. But before we do that, we'll stick that back together and do the bottom rotor, I think. It might be easier. It might be easier actually because that's got to come out and all the tension will go. So we'll probably do that bit first and change that O-ring, because if that O-ring's slipping there at all, if there's any slip in there, then when that speeds up there'll be a bit of drag there. We don't want that. Alright, back in a bit. Right, there's the bottom motor. We've got to get that out, I'm afraid, guys. Okay, so we've already disconnected the speakers there. Brilliant. A couple of cables coming out there, that's the top bit. Bottom bit, come down here. They're going to turn into these brown old-fashioned cables here. Right down to there, into here. I'm going to pull these fellas out. 1, 2, right. Now there's nothing stopping that coming out except for these wing nut there and one around the back. So I'm going to loosen all those things. This being the easier of the two, will just come on out. We'll get it on the workbench, which is the top of the 145. And we're going to take it apart. I think, let me remember, yeah, I think I'm probably going to go for these screws here, if I remember rightly. Take this top assembly off and reveal that O-ring, which I'm going to change. Wish me luck. And it's out. Okay, things to remember. This fella on the underside of the wing nut, and the wing nut on the top here, this is captive. The motor goes on, and then this spacer goes on before the wing nut goes back on to tighten it. And we have here the bottom motor, which I'm going to take apart and refer to the diagram to figure out how to oil it, because I've forgotten. No one's perfect, especially not me. Right, we'll have a go at that. I like this phase because it's the phase, it's kind of the point of no return, isn't it? Okay, so we need to find a screwdriver. Found. And then we're going to undo these. I have to take my hands off to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. The next shot you will see is that bit coming off and revealing the O-ring. Bit of a tip, by the way, these screw threads are very shallow and easy to slip, so I sort of got them started with a pair of pliers first to get them out. 1, 2. I don't know if this is compulsive viewing or not. I'm trying to do it and talk at the same time, it's not easy, but now we're going for the big reveal, you see. Okay, now then, that bit, ba-ba, off it comes. Right, so this is what we want to change here. It's going to come, it just peels off, look, see how it peels off, even with one hand. It's going to take 2 hands to get it off fully. Oh no, there you go. And we're going to replace that. That is pretty worn and nasty. Okay, other ones in the bag. If I was clever, I would have got it out to compare it to, but I'm not, so I didn't. Let's see if I can do this. The dexterity of the man. Here we go. Look at the difference. Quite easy to put back on. Just pulled it, span it round, put the rubber back on. Look at that. That is nice. Okay, next thing to do now is oil it and then reassemble the top bit, put it back in, and then worry about the top motor. Right, on the bottom rotor now we need to do some oiling. We're going to oil, oh look at that, that's handy, little sign. Oil here, beautiful. On the top section that we've taken apart, see that little hole there just to the top of the spindle? Going to oil there, I'm going to turn it round. And if you see in there, can you see that? Let's try and get under this light for you. It's got a fighting chance. There's a little hole there as well. There it is. Look, see that hole? Can do that. And then the difficult one, the one that we all hate, is in there. I don't even know if I can even get a photograph of it for you. Not that, what you think it is, but right in there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get a very small watch bending screwdriver, because I'm a cheapskate. I'm going to stick it in there. And I'm going to dribble a bit of oil right down into the place where I need to do it. Okay, so 4 places to oil. Check the manual, it's all there. 1, 2, looks like it's not getting in focus. Turn this over for you so I can put a finger on it. 3, and then over again. That bit there, see that? 4. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use Leslie oil. No, I'm not. This is exactly the same, and much cheaper and easier to get hold of. Then I'm going to glue the whole thing, all 3 things back together again, and on a good day we'll have a nice working motor, fully oiled, back together with the new O-ring on it. I'm going to drop it back into the cabinet, there, tighten it up, move that twist it along there so you can tighten the belt to how you want it, and then I'm going to put the speaker back in, and then we'll see how we go from there.